Romans chapter 12, verses 1 through 2, it says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect world." Notice that word there up in verse 1, holy and pleasing to God. Holy means separated for God's purposes, for God's use. If you look back, for example, in the Old Testament, at the instructions for the tabernacle and the temple, and you'd have like the lampstand. All right, that was inside the temple or inside the tabernacle. They had a lampstand in each of them. Well, is this some kind of, and it was called a holy lampstand. All right. Well, what was it that was so special about this lampstand? Was it made out of more pure gold than every other lampstand out there? Was it somehow bigger than every other lampstand out there? No. It was a lampstand. It was a lampstand like any other lampstand that had been made. I mean, it was a nice-looking lampstand, but it was still fundamentally just a lampstand. So what is it that made it a holy lampstand? Well, it was the fact that it was separated for the use of God. It was separate. This particular lampstand is the one that was separated from all the other lampstands to be used in the temple for God's purposes. You also are called to be holy. And what that means is you are called to be separate from the unholy world around you. Not physically separate, as we already saw. You're still called to be in the world. You're still called to physically be here. But through what you value, through what you prioritize, through how you live, you should be separated from the world around you that will value and prioritize and live differently than that. Okay, according to different principles, according to sinful principles, worldly principles, what the world will do, according to godly principles is what you should do.